Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Bobbie. This is Bobbie Reads Tarot, and today I've got some questions for Joe Rogan. And since I can't ask him my questions directly, I'm going to do a tarot card reading. So Trump was on the Joe Rogan podcast right before the election. And then Joe Rogan ended up endorsing Trump. And some people believe that there was, that was kind of, by Joe Rogan doing that, he basically gave Trump a platform to voters he wouldn't normally have access to. And that could have been part of what swayed the election. So I want to know, because Joe Rogan has always been very much like a Bernie Sanders guy. So I'm going to play you a clip of Joe Rogan, things he said, and while I shuffle out this Celtic cross, and then we will go ahead and jump in and see what's going on with Joe Rogan. How is he feeling? The question is, how is Joe Rogan feeling about his endorsement of Donald Trump and the impact his podcast had?
This is the guy Joe Rogan was. You ready for this?
I really believe if Michelle Obama runs,
she wins.
She's good. She's great. She's the wife of the best president that we have had in our lifetime. I've never voted right-wing in my life. I consider universal basic income a really good idea. I want free college education.
Take it easy.
Hello, Bernie.
How are you, Joe?
Wonderful. Pleasure to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
I like Tulsi and I like Bernie. That's it.
Oh, yeah?
Everybody else can eat shit.
Look at you, fucking progressive.
Yeah. I think I'll probably vote for Bernie. I think he's looking out for the interests of the working people. And I think he wants people to have a better life and do better. And I'm all for that. And if that means I have to pay more in tax, like people think, oh, you're a socialist. I've heard people say that. Oh, you're a fucking socialist, bro. Like, first of all, he's not even a socialist. He's a democratic socialist. It's a different thing. I would like to spend more in taxes if they could fix inner city communities and take these poor neighborhoods and
We
throw a
spent a lot
fuckload
on
of money. Spend more, you fucking Republican piece of shit. 87% of scientists said that human activity is driving global warming. I'm very pro-choice. I'm very women's rights, civil rights, gay rights, trans rights. I'm even universal health care. Obviously, this protected status is driving me crazy. This thing that Trump's doing with children that were born in other countries and then brought over here as children, and then they're talking about deporting them. That drives me fucking crazy.
Yeah, that's
that kind of shit. And the hard right version of that is despicable. These people that I see online, why didn't they apply for citizenship? Oh, who knows? Maybe because they're fucking 13. I don't give a fuck if they broke the law. You don't take parents and kids and separate them. You just fucking don't. You know Alonzo?
No, who's that?
Funny comedian.
Yeah.
He goes, not all Donald Trump supporters are racist, but all racists are Donald Trump supporters.
He definitely awakened that side.
But the January 6th thing is important.
See, it is important, but is it the 6 months later? Should be the ruling number one conversation of journalists?
I think it's really important. And one of the reasons why I think it's important, because it highlights the reasons why a guy like Donald Trump is so fucking dangerous, is because a guy can incite a bunch of morons to do something really fucking stupid. But as far as trans people, some trans people listening to this, I got nothing but love for you. For everybody. And in fact, Eddie Izzard is one of my all-time favorite guests.
Oh, I love Izzard.
The right-wing thing is just an easy way to dismiss me, because I'm not right-wing. I can't recommend your book, Race Matters, enough.
Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get started. So the first card we have is this King of Cups reversed, okay? And this is the general energy. When we have the King of Cups reversed, this is someone who is can be volatile, someone who can be destructive or have destructive type patterns or tendencies. This can also be someone who's really distracted. So he did not think this through, his decision to have Trump on his podcast. He did not really think it through. I think it happened a lot faster than he anticipated it happening. The challenge that he's facing with the fallout of having Trump on his show is this Six of Swords energy reversed. And this is about a need to escape. So I think that he's feeling the impact of his decision to endorse Trump. And he's kind of, I think, feeling like wishing he could just escape it, get away from it. Like, okay, it's overdone. Like, can everyone just forget and move on? I think he's having second thoughts. The Two of Swords reversed. This is a decision that you have to make. But it's also being blind to being manipulated. So he had a decision to make. Have Trump on his podcast or not. Endorse Trump or not. And he made the decisions he made out of being manipulated. And he stated, people asked him, I think it was Theo Vaughn who was on his show after the election even, I think, and but definitely after Trump was on the show. And they were talking about Trump, and Theo asked why Joe Rogan endorsed Trump. And Joe Rogan said because he was pressured by Dana White, who, if you don't know, he's the guy who like runs the UFC Ultimate Fighting, whatever. So he was pressured to make this decision. Okay. So this Five of Swords reversed, this is about unnecessary conflict, or it can also be about penance. So I feel like maybe there was someone owed somebody something, and that's why Trump appeared on Rogan's show. I don't know who owed what to who. I don't know if like someone said to Joe Rogan, you owe me, you need to have Trump on the show, or someone said, Trump, you need to do this. But it wasn't like Joe Rogan and Trump talked and decided they wanted to do this. This was like very much an orchestrated event. And again, it's an event of manipulation. Okay. We have the Ten of Swords reversed, and the Ten of Swords reversed is ending, suffering, retaliation. And this is in the spot where what he doesn't see coming. And I don't know how, but what he doesn't see coming is what Trump is going to unleash on America. And the responsibility that Joe Rogan bears to some extent, obviously. Oh, by the way, rewind. This video is for entertainment purposes only. Please do not leave mean comments in the comment section, or take what I say as being factual or facts or anything like that. This is just tarot. This is the energy as it sits right now. That doesn't mean that this can't completely change, because it can, because people have free will. So what we're reading is the energy right now at 9:49 a.m. on November 12th. Okay, so this is where we are. Okay, so with that being said, we're going to jump into it, or back into it. And this is about having to take accountability. This card is about having to take accountability for your actions. So what he doesn't see coming is he is going to have to take some kind of accountability, whether that means losing subscribers and losing money, or influencing people to do something they wouldn't have normally done, and then it has negative repercussions and there's fallout from it. But he is going to have to take responsibility for what the content that he put on his show. He decided to be the messenger. He decided to send out this message. And I know he often says on his show, well, I'm not a politics guy, but he's been saying that for years now, and he continues to have politicians on his show. So if he's going to have that kind of content, he can't hide behind that. Well, I don't know about politics. Don't trust me, because he's putting out political content. So he needs to bear the responsibility of what he's putting out. He can no longer say, well, he can't claim ignorance, because he's putting out false information, and he was allowing Trump to put out false information, and he was not fact-checked at all. Not at all. And as you saw in that previous clip, his beliefs did a complete 180 from what they were. So something's false. And I feel like it's what he's doing right now. And I think it's this being blind by money. So whether that means we all know he's going to financially benefit from Trump's policies because he's wealthy. So he's making these blind decisions based on money, and not based on like thinking, his intuition. Okay. But he's in for a surprise. And the surprise he's going to get is definitely going to be having to take accountability for what he's put out there. The High Priestess, she is all about intuition, and I've talked about the High Priestess in other readings, so I'm not going to go into an in-depth explanation of the card in this video. What I will say is that the High Priestess represents intuition and knowing. I feel that, like I've mentioned before, we are in this shift between the 3D and the 5D. And I feel like this was fated. It was fated for Trump to win. I didn't vote for him. So don't shoot the messenger. This is just the message. I think it was fated for him to win so that what's going to happen can happen. There's a big shift that needs to take place. And this is what is going to push people to either wake up and choose the good, or continue to stay with, the negative, the fear-mongering, the hate messages, the hating on everyone, the wanting to take people's rights away. I think we have to go down this road so that eventually it creates a split. We have this 8 of Cups. The 8 of Cups is about abandonment, walking away. So he's very much like throwing his hands in the air like, oh, I'm not responsible for this. Dana White made me do it. Like, oh, I'm not taking responsibility. I'm walking away from the responsibility. So right now he's being very glib, very making light of his impact on the election. We have this Page of Pentacles reversed. This is an issue of money issues, okay? And I believe that I think that money definitely motivated his decision to have Trump on his show. And I think he's definitely going to pay the ultimate price for that. And I think he's already feeling it, whether he wants to admit it or not. I was actually trying to Google to see if he lost subscribers over that, but there wasn't any information that I could find. If anyone finds information on that, I would love to just know what his subscriber count was prior to the Trump podcast and then what it was after. The hope is that he's going to be able to celebrate this win. But I don't think that's the feeling at all because we have this reversal. I think that Joe Rogan realizes maybe he made a mistake. Maybe they went too far. Maybe this is not going to be a good thing after all. But what is he getting? He's getting the King of Pentacles. His outcome is Trump. That's what he gets. That is the result of all of this. It's you wanted the King of Pentacles. You have the King of Pentacles. Absolutely, he has the King of Pentacles. Okay, so now I have some other questions. I want to know if Joe Rogan is going to continue to support Trump during his presidency, or is he going to turn his back on him after, Trump starts doing some things that are, seem to be in contradiction of Joe Rogan's personal beliefs. Okay. So I want to know, is Joe Rogan going to continue to support Trump throughout this presidency? We're going to do 3 cards. One more card. I think that there might be infighting between Trump and Rogan. But I think in the end of the day, they're going to end up continuing to work together because this 3 of Pentacles is cooperation. It's going to be really, really dysfunctional. But there's something to do with this Queen of Pentacles energy. This is this feminine energy. This can also be financial manipulation. I think because of the finances, even though Trump and Rogan are going to fight, they're going to see things differently. At the end of the day, because of money, Rogan is going to go ahead and go along with what Trump does and cooperate with him. So I do not think that we are going to see a split, at least right away. The energy right now is that they are going to continue to work together. Again, that doesn't mean the energy and things won't change down the road. But as of right now, we're seeing them work together. Okay, so the next question I want to ask is, did Elon Musk have anything to do with pulling in Joe Rogan? Did Elon Musk have anything to do with pulling in Joe Rogan into the Trump sphere? King of Wands, the World reversed, Lovers reversed, Ace of Swords reversed. Okay, so the King of Wands is an authoritarian figure. Okay, it's someone who's about authority. So I do think that Musk could have stepped in to put pressure on Rogan to have Trump on his show. It's interesting, though, because we have the World reverse, the Lovers reverse, and the Ace of Swords reverse. There's going to be something that goes on between Rogan and Musk, because this is a lack of completion. This is something not being completed, not being fulfilled. It's a lacking of fulfillment. Lovers reverse is a separation, people coming apart. And then the Ace of Swords reversed is all about conflict, arguments, disruption, chaos, complications. You know what? This might not be, I don't think we're getting the, okay, so I don't think this is answering my question of, did Elon Musk have involvement in bringing Trump and Rogan together? I think what we're getting in the cards is we're just getting Elon Musk's energy. Okay. So I did a reading on Elon Musk and Trump. The World card very much showed up for Elon Musk, wanting to conquer the world, wanting to control the world, wanting to have. He's already the world's richest person, and he now wants to control everything. And he doesn't care if he has to conquer, divide, create conflict, create hardships for people, get people separated, break things up, disrupt things. He does not care, because he is this King of Wands energy. He is thinking of how can I use my power to basically control the world and control the people. I'm going to do it through this sword. I'm going to do it through this conflict. Very, very interesting. Very, very interesting. Okay. So the last question I want to ask for this reading is, has Joe Rogan, going back to Joe Rogan, original topic, has Joe Rogan's views actually changed? Like, is he MAGA now, or did he just, succumb to pressure? Has Joe Rogan's views changed to where he actually is a supporter of Trump's policy? 3 cards, please. Interesting how Elon Musk wanted to take over that reading there. He didn't want to answer my question, but he sure wanted to show me he was in charge. Okay. We have Queen of Swords energy. I feel like right off the bat, he really supported Kamala. But he had a lot of choices to make, and he was really confused. He got very confused. I think he had a bunch of people coming at him from a bunch of different ways. And so he went against what he wanted, against his better judgment, to succumb to the Trump, whatever it is. He turned away. He turned away from what he wanted. I don't know that he liked Kamala, but he believed that the Democratic Party as a whole is more aligned with his personal beliefs and morals. Okay, you guys, I'm going to go ahead and stop it there. I want to thank you so much for hanging out with me. On your way out, if you could give this video a thumbs up, it helps out my channel a ton. As always, if you want to know what decks I'm using, click on the description box down below. And there's a link to my website where you can find links to all of these decks. And finally, if you have not yet subscribed, click that little circle on the screen right now so that you can subscribe. Thank you guys again, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.